I would like to introduce you to an organization which is called Equallyable Foundation. And this nonprofit organization works for people with disabilities all over the world. They are in the process of working with government and non-governmental agencies, organizations to better serve people with special needs in emerging nations. And they are hosting a comedy show and family dinner to benefit this cause on Friday, April 26th at 6:30 p.m. under the banner 1,000 wheelchairs to 10 countries. And the location is Tawheed Center in Farmington Hills. Donations will support needy individuals in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Uganda, etc. Tickets are $60 only for the entire family, which includes food and fun for all ages. For more information, you can log on to equallyable.org. Equallyable.org. And right now, we have two representatives of this organization who are here to give us more information on this upcoming event and also about the organization that they are spearheading. And they are Farook, Ahmed, who is the vice president of this organization, and Yousuf, Hussain, who is the treasurer of Equallyable Foundation. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. How are you this morning?
Wa alaikum assalam. Namaskar and good morning to all your viewers. We are great. I have with me my friend Yousuf Hussain.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you very much for inviting us. We're doing well.
It's a pleasure. Well, I just mentioned the event that you are spearheading. Tell us about the organization and the mission.
Yep. First of all, sitting here, this is an unrehearsed comment. I went to your website and sitting here, you make the announcement. There cannot be a better or a more perfect example of what national integration is all about. So I compliment you for the way you run your program.
Thank you so much.
And at the outset, let me take this opportunity on behalf of Equallyable Foundation and its volunteers, and thank you for letting Equallyable be here. It's a great opportunity for us to communicate our mission as well as details about our event on Friday, April 26th. In a nutshell, I would, if I had to express the mission of Equallyable Foundation, I would like to quote an Urdu couplet.
Sure.
My friend, brother Muhammad Yousuf, who's not here, he's right now in Virginia and probably listening to this interview here. He was the one who initiated this organization, and his motto always has been, "Main akela hi chala tha janibe manzil magar." मैं अकेला ही चला था जानिबे मंजिल मगर लोग साथ आते गए और कारवां बनता गया. So that has been the story of Equallyable. We are a non-profit organization dedicated to support people with disabilities become self-reliant and independent. It was formed in 2001 right here in Michigan and has been growing since then. Our focus is to take out hurdles that are faced by people with disabilities and help them lead a full life on their own terms. Some of the work that we do could be simply explained as we provide tuition assistance to qualified disabled students in the Indian subcontinent primarily, and we also provide training to promote self-employment. Going beyond that, we have provided adaptive equipments like hearing aids, braces, walking canes, wheelchairs, or modified three-wheel scooters to applicants so that they could sustain themselves over a lifetime. We also provide assistance in setting up small businesses such as bookstores, internet cafes, telephone booths, and providing women help with sewing and grinding machines so that they could find employment for themselves and support their family. Again, I have mentioned a few of the examples, but a charter is not just limited to that. I'll suggest if there are any applicants who are out there who are listening to this, please go to our website, equallyable.org.
And I have a question for you. You mentioned about the people with challenges, with disabilities. Are you able to, does your mission include people or the community members from here in Michigan or across?
Good question. Actually, when we started off this mission about 12 years ago, we started off at a very small level, and our focus at that time was India. Since then, I think we have come a long way. We have gravitated towards a more global approach. We are now supporting disabled folks in other countries, as well as we are supporting a lot of disability-related events here, right here in Michigan, as well as in United States.
That's wonderful. I really applaud you for that. That is, I have not heard of many other organizations that are doing this, so this is wonderful. Yousuf, tell us about this event that I just made an announcement about on April 26th.
Yes. Like you mentioned, we are embarking upon a project which is called as 1,000 wheelchairs in 10 countries. And essentially the event on Friday is a fundraiser for that. For the entertainment, we are bringing in 3 comedians who are very well known names amongst the Indian Muslim community, Indian and Pakistani Muslim community. They are Baba Ali, Asif Ali, and Aman Ali. And these are very funny individuals, and their humor will connect very well to the people who are settled here in U.S. away from their country of origin. And we hope to provide a very entertaining evening for the entire family with dinner. So listeners, please do plan on attending. And we have limited number of tickets, so please call ahead of time at 248-894-7017 to purchase tickets.
Can you repeat the number, please?
It's 248-894-7017.
And I believe the ticket price for the entire family is $60.
Yes, $60.
So that includes any number of people in the family?
Yes, it includes.
That's wonderful. So they get the entertainment and they get dinner.
Yes.
And they're doing a great noble work.
Yes, and you will get to know a lot more about our accomplishments and what we have been doing for all the 12 years when they come over there.
Very good. Farook, there are so many organizations that people can support. Why should someone, and I know the answer, while you were talking, you explained to me, I know the answer, but I would like you to explain to the listening community, why is this you consider a unique opportunity to help people, a particular group of people?
Good question there. Let me clarify that we work with a number of other organizations in extending this the training and education to the disabled folks in India. Having said that, there are a host of organizations that you hear day in and day out who are doing relief and charity work in the Indian subcontinent as well as in U.S. But what is unique about Equallyable Foundation is that we are operating in a niche segment here. I think working specifically for the disabled folks, and this is a community that is largely ignored and sometimes confined to the 3rd or 4th strata of the society.
I agree.
Yep, and again, we are not about doling out charity to disabled folks or giving alms to disabled folks. No, that's not what this organization is about. If you go back, I think you must have heard about this Japanese saying that if you give a man a fish, if you train a man to catch a fish, you're basically training them to live a life, earn a sustenance through their life. But if you give them a fish, you basically are feeding them for a day.
And
so our approach has always been support the disabled community so that they become self-reliant and independent. Today we have hundreds of recipients who have completed college degree programs and are gainfully employed. Over 200 individuals are providing for their families with the help of small businesses that were set up for them. Another thing that I want to bring to the listeners' attention is that we are an organization that is very quick and nimble. There is not a whole lot of red tape involved. In fact, anybody who is disabled and who does not have economical means to pursue their career, I think they can get onto a website, they can fill out the paperwork. We have a pretty straightforward process of verification, and once we verify the credentials of the applicant, then we tend to disburse the funds through charitable organizations in these various countries. What we are trying to do in the process is we are ensuring that the funds are not misused. So we always disburse the funds directly to the institutions or to the healthcare providers.
And speaking of funds, what is the source of your funding?
I think basically folks across Michigan have contributed to us at the beginning. Donations. And now we are beginning to receive donations from other states. I think we get donations from Texas, Illinois, California, Florida, a number of other states.
Okay.
So these are people just contributing for a good cause, a noble cause that they believe in. And last thing that I want to mention here is our organization is somewhat informal in the nature. We do not have an office space. We do not have any major overheads. So more than 90% of the contribution that people make, it goes directly to deserving applicants. I think our operating overheads are just confined to printing and mailing charges and maintaining the website. So that's something, a big plus in our favor. And that is something the contributors should consider, that there are very limited overheads and all of your money is going to deserving applicants.
And just to add to that, we also have contributions from corporations like Microsoft, General Motors, Cisco.
You have all of that on your website, right?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. What motivated you, Yousuf, to get involved in this organization, briefly?
Well,
are you from India?
I am from India, yes. And I grew up there, but I have been living here for the last 22 years now. But growing up in India, I did see the conditions of the disabled people over there, and how hard it can be to lead a life as a disabled person on your own if you want to do that. And I've also witnessed the social environment. It is totally uninviting to the disabled communities, and I also witnessed the infrastructure over there on the buildings or roads. It is totally devoid of any consideration for the disabled people. But when I moved to the United States about 20 years back, 22 years back to be precise, I noticed what their life really can be if some of the facilities that are available here are provided to them. It could be so much of help to them. So when Muhammad Yousuf, who happens to be the president of this association, he approached me and he said that he had an idea of the organization like this. I just grabbed the opportunity because I think I would not have gotten any other opportunity like that.
That's wonderful. Yeah. And what do you do as a profession?
I am a battery integration engineer at General Motors, and I've been working over there for the last 14 years.
14 years. Yeah. Okay. And going back to Farook, tell us about yourself. What do you do for a living?
I actually just, I'm Yousuf's colleague at GM. So both of us are at GM. I work as
So one day both colleagues decided to do this.
It's pretty interesting, actually. I'll, if you give me a second here.
Sure.
People might be interested. How did it all start about? I think Yousuf, Hussain, myself, and Muhammad Yousuf, all of us used to work at GM Tech Center together.
And you're from India as well?
I'm from India also. I hail from the great city of Hyderabad.
Okay.
And we, one fine day, I think we got over biryani and khatta, biryani and raita. And once you get over biryani and raita, then you can do a lot of things. So we sat and we discussed that this is something that we have to do to give back to our community. And we took off. And the first year, I think we probably collected about $2,000, which might not sound much in the context of United States. But I think, alhamdulillah, over the last few years, we have done very well, and our contributions have gone up by leaps and bounds.
And I was just thinking, while you were speaking, I was thinking, have you thought of collaborating with the State Department?
In fact, it's interesting you asked that question. Brother Yousuf used to be in Michigan, and now he has moved to Virginia. Basically, he works in Washington, D.C. for the federal government now. So what is pretty interesting here is he has been able to establish alliances with a number of organizations. So we are approaching a lot of federal organizations and universities for grants and for scholarships and for assistance. So we are working on those lines.
That's wonderful. Yeah. And here locally in the state of Michigan as well, I would suggest that you contact the State Department and let them know what you're doing and how they can also support you.
Sure.
Farook, what advice do you have for disabled people who need to leverage EAF resources?
Okay. I would like to make one point here. For folks who have disability, let me tell you, there is no better organization than Equallyable Foundation. The reason I say that is because our president, Muhammad Yousuf, you could read his bio online. He has lived with a disability all his life. He was afflicted with polio when he was pretty young, but he's a great example of how to overcome hurdles in life and how to get the best out of your life. So I would say that you have a pretty empathetic group of people sitting here and looking at your application. So please log on to our website, fill in the application, and provide all the information that is requested there. And you have a group of compassionate people here who's looking through your credentials, just verifying them, and we'll extend whatever help that we can from our side. Sometimes maybe we are not able to extend you the help, so we always will try and guide you to other organizations that can do a better job than us.
Yousuf, tell us about this event very briefly. I already made the announcement, but reiterate the details of the event on April 26th.
We have been in existence in Michigan since 2001, but we haven't had really a fundraiser or an event like this where we want to, we can show the people our contributions, what we have been doing for the last 12 years, where the contributions that people have given us have gone. So I think this will be a very good opportunity for people to come down and take a look. We'll have several, videos shown of the beneficiaries and how they are leading their lives now and how they used to be before. So the event starts at 7 p.m. on 26th of April in the Tawheed Center. So please do attend that with your entire family. It's going to be, inshallah, a fun-filled event.
It's next Friday, right?
It is coming Friday, yeah.
6:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m. And while you are there, do contribute for the cause of your brethren who may not be as fortunate as you.
And it is at Tawheed Center in Farmington Hills? Where is it located exactly?
It is on 10 Mile Road, west of Middle Belt.
10 Mile in Middle Belt.
Yeah. So it's on 10 Mile between Middle Belt and Orchard Lake.
Okay. All right. Any final comments you would like to leave us, the listening community with?
मैं पहले तो on behalf of Equallyable volunteers तहे दिल से आपका शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं कि आपने ये opportunity हमको दिया. There are a number of volunteers who are probably tuning in and listening to this. I would like to thank all of them for the support that they have extended to us. And I want to tell something to families out there who have disabled children. Never give up on them. Never give up on them. Every child is blessed with an inherent skill, and motivate them to conquer the heights, to conquer every height out there. So do not be discouraged. There are a lot of opportunities out there. As a disabled person does not mean you have to live on charity or you have to be dependent on your relatives or your friends. There are a number of disabled people here in U.S. Who have achieved a lot in life. Use them as an example and motivate yourself. And bottom line, I'll tell you folks who want to know more about Equallyable, please log on to YouTube and just type in Equallyable and you should be able to get a lot of information there. And again, Equallyable is all about can-do spirit, can do. So let's go ahead and do it. And thank you all for supporting, and come join us on Friday, April 26th.
Thank you, Farook and Yousuf, for joining me this morning. It's a great cause. Keep up your good work, and I'm sure people will be supportive of this cause.
Thank you, and
thank you
for joining this event also, inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.